to another person here. I am Sadish Kumar, Assistant Professor, Department of ECE, K.S. Rangasamy College of Technology, and I am handling optical communication, and today module is SONET. So SONET is nothing but it is a synchronous optical network used to transmit a large amount of data over relatively large distance using optical fiber. With SONET, multiple digital data streams are transferred at same time over optical fiber. We can transmit big amount of data. We can transmit over the SONET networks, and SONET can be utilized to transmit and multiplex multiple data streams across the fiber optic cable. SONET is a TDM optical network standard for North America. In North America, it is called SONET, and when we are going for rest of the world, the name is Synchronous Digital Hierarchy. The SONET is basically belongs to the physical layer standard, and other data type such as ATM and IP can be transmitted over SONET network. So the SONET has the optical carrier 1, which consists of 810 bytes, which travel over 125 microseconds, and up to it has an optical carrier up to n numbers, which consists of 810 into n bytes over 100 and 125 microseconds. So it has linear So SONET SDH standards enable the interconnection of fiber optic transmission equipments for various vendors through multiple owner trunk networks. So the SONET frame structure, which has a transmission bitrate of 51.84 megabits per second. See the frame structure of SONET, that is synchronous optical network SONET frame, which has 51.84 megabits per second, and SDH is the SONET has a frame structure that is STS1, which has 90 bytes per row, and it has 9 rows and up to 90 columns. N number of 90 columns is there, divided by 125 microseconds per frame. So per frame taken for traveling is 125 microseconds. So we are multiplying 90 bytes per rows into 9 rows per frame into 8 bits per byte divided by 125 microseconds. So totally we will get the bitrate of 51.84 megabits per second. So nowadays the SONET frames has a matrix format, that is 9 rows and n number of 90 columns is there. So we can transmit large amount of data through SONET networks. The SONET AirDrop multiplexes is an additional advantage. So SONET AirDrop is a fully synchronous byte-oriented device that can be used for AirDrop optical subchannels within an OCN signals. So we having a different number of subchannels like OC1, OC2. Based on the requirement of clients' data rates, we can change the optical carriers. If the client need a more number of data, bulk data to be transferred, we are going for a OC48. So if it is used for home applications, it is used for OC1 or OC3. It is enough for transmitting of bits. When we are going for bulk amount of data, we are going for OC48 or above. So SONET rings. So normally SONET network, which forms in the form of a ring or mesh network. So SONET or SDH can be configured as either a ring or mesh architecture. SONET SDH ring are self-healing rings. So they itself heal their own, and it can correct itself. Certain path can be switched automatically. So alternate or standby path following the failure or degradation of the link segments. So two popular SONET or SDH networks are two fiber unidirectional path switching or 4 fiber bidirectional link switching. So see that structure which has two nodes. So two paths, it has primary and protection path. So whenever the primary path link failure, the secondary protection path will come under operation. That is, we are replacing the primary path with protection path. So first type is 2 fiber UPSR basics. So 2 fiber UPSR basics is normally it is a unidirectional. There is only one flow of direction from data from node 1 to node 2, node 2 to node 3, node 3 to node 4, node 4 to node 1. And similarly another protection path is there. So it is a unidirectional path. So 2 fiber UPSR protection, the operation is the receiver compares the received signal, both the primary and protection path, and pick up the best one. So it compare the two signals, primary path and protection path, and it tests the signal. So which path has a higher signal strength, it chooses that particular path. So like that it is working. Constant protection and automatic switching is using. So we can switching from protection path to primary path at any manner. Based on the signal strength, we are switch overing from one path to another path. So bidirectional BLSR recovery from failure modes. So how to recover from failure modes? If a primary ring device fails in either node 3 or node 4, the affected node detects a loss of signal condition and switch both primary connecting these nodes to the secondary protection path. If the entire node fails or both the primary and protection path favor given span of said, the adjacent node switch the primary path connections to the protection fibers. See, actually if the two links failures or both the primary and the protection path fails means we are doing a process called a loop back process. The loop traffic back, that is, we are closing the loop at that particular nodes from node 3 to node 4. We are closing the loop because that both the link is cable failure. So the protection switching loop come under working operation. So what happens, the data goes from that reverse order, that is 5 to 1, 1 to 2, then 2 to 3. So like that it transports the data from reverse direction whenever the two link fails. This is the recovery from failure modes. So 4 fiber BLSR. So you see here the 4 fibers, it work with the bidirectional, so that it needs 4 fibers. For protection switching it needs 2 fibers, and primary fiber it needs 2 switchings, two links, that is for transmitting and receiving process. So here in the case of failure, the secondary fibers between only affected nodes are used, 3 and 4. The other links remains unaffected. So whenever the link fails, the protection switching is come under working operation. See the figure, the card fails means the node 4 and node 3 links with the protection switching from the primary switching. And similarly here also the same process, the loop back process. If the primary and secondary are cut, both the link will be cut, means it's still the connection not lost, but both the primary and secondary fibers are, entire ring is occupied. So we are going for switching loop backs, where the data will be getting the loop back and it goes to the reverse direction to the corresponding nodes. So this is a entire network, SONET network, combination of both the UPSR and BLSR, the unidirectional ring and bidirectional ring. Based on the customer requirement, we can use for a high data rate optical carrier. See the large backbone network, national wide connection, we are using for OC199 carrier, which has high data rate. And for citywide, where they are using for 48 OC optical carrier 48 for interconnection for average data rate. And for low data rate, we are using local area networks like OC3. So like that, the SONET network is easily adaptable for various networks. Based on the requirements, we can easily configure the SONET networks in cost wise. So thank you for giving this opportunity. So last slide is see the types of optical carriers. So here we see the requirement of data. So what range you need the requirement of data? High data rate up to OC 192 it is available. That is 953.280 megabits per second. You can transport the data through OC 192. So we can say it as synchronous transport signal 192. So this is a list of optical levels. Based on the requirement of data, we can choose the optical carrier. Thank you for giving this opportunity.